Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Malvo here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I wanted to go over what I believe to be the absolute best top tier vehicles in Grand Theft Auto 5 online. Now, obviously, there are a ton of vehicles in this game, so hopefully this video will kind of help narrow things down for you to the best vehicles that you need to own. And these aren't really in any particular order. These are just my top 5. But anyways, guys, coming in at number 5, we have the Oppressor bikes. Now, this is kind of a 2-in-1. We have the regular Oppressor bike, and then we have its big brother, the Oppressor Mark II. Now, the reason I would say that these two vehicles are a must-own is because they have their own special abilities, and they are super versatile. The regular Oppressor bike is known for its speed. It is a godly fast motorcycle. The booster on it recharges super fast, so you can just spam it, and basically this thing can get you anywhere you need to go super quickly. Definitely one of, if not the fastest vehicle in the entire game. The only thing that can really compete with the Oppressor's speed is the Apocalypse Death bike, which is basically head to head with the Oppressor in terms of speed. But the Oppressor Mark II has its special ability as well. Now, starting out, of course, everyone hates this thing, but they hate it because of how good it is. The Oppressor Mark II can fly nonstop, unlike its little brother, where all you can really do is glide through the sky, but eventually you will start to drop. And then we have its weaponization. The Oppressor Mark II has some of the best guided missiles in all of GTA 5, which is why so many people hate it, because so many others abuse the heck out of it. But like the saying goes, if you can't beat them, join them. Everyone says that if you use the Mark II, you're just a bad player, but in all honesty, who cares? I love using the Mark II for the sole purpose of how useful everything about it is. It can fly non-stop, which is probably its best ability. It is super fast, not nearly as fast as the regular Oppressor, but it is still fast nonetheless. And then on top of that, you have some of the best guided missiles when flying around in this thing. It is super helpful during missions and things like that. When you have to travel far and there's a ton of enemies that you have to kill or something like that, this is going to be your best friend in those situations. Next up, we have the Stromberg. Now, the Stromberg is probably one of the best vehicles to sort of combat the Oppressor Mark II. If anyone is ever killing you over and over again with the Oppressor Mark II, this is the vehicle you will want to hop in. And the reason is because it can absorb, I believe, about 7 or 8 RPG missiles. And the missiles that are equipped on the Stromberg are just as good as the Oppressor Mark II's missiles. So you actually have the same offensive power of the Oppressor Mark II with defensive power stacked on top of that. The Oppressor Mark II gets hit once it and the player driving it are done, as to where the Stromberg has some missile absorbing power. Plus, the Stromberg can go underwater, kind of like a submarine, so that is actually a super underrated feature about this vehicle. But anyways, guys, next up at number 3, we have the Buzzard. Now, yes, this may not necessarily be a vehicle you use a whole lot, especially once you start getting a collection of different vehicles, but initially, just having it and being able to spawn it instantly straight from the interaction menu is super useful. And it is just such a underrated feature. I feel like a lot of people don't even know that you can instantly spawn the Buzzard straight from the interaction menu once you have purchased it. And it is just one of those things that's really good to have just in case you are ever in a situation where you need a weaponized helicopter fast. Because as where any other plane or helicopter, you call Pegasus and it will spawn at the closest hangar to you, but you may be kind of far from any hangar. And that is the exact situation where you would want to own one of these. Next up, we have the MOC. Now, I personally love the MOC just for the simple fact that it is the most armored vehicle in all of GTA Online by a long shot. It takes approximately 70 RPG missiles, I believe, to blow up an MOC. And as we all know, you can only carry 20 RPG missiles at once. But in order to get the ability to absorb 70 RPG missiles, you will have to detach the back part, and obviously this thing will get much faster once you do that. So it is safe to say that this thing is basically unstoppable. It is essentially a tank, and some people may suggest the insurgents are just as strong. And while yes, those are good for safety, the MOC is a bit stronger. And coming in at number 1, and there is a ton of other vehicles that could have taken this number 1 spot, such as the Ruiner 2000, the Armored Kuruma if you're into missions and things like that, since you cannot be shot while in it. But I think the Akula is going to take the cake for this one due to its special ability. Now, the Akula is an armored helicopter. It does have some pretty good missiles, but its number 1 ability is the stealth mode, which allows players to essentially be rendered invisible to everyone else on the map. And I think that is amazing. It is so nice to be able to fly around in a super populated lobby in stealth mode, and nobody can see you on the map. Nobody messes with you, and you can go do missions. You could go sell business product. You can basically do anything and be unseen the entire time, which is really nice. Especially if you're someone that likes grinding out these businesses, selling product, because sometimes you will have that one guy in the lobby that comes and blows up all your stuff. But if you're in an Akula and you activate stealth mode, say goodbye to all those griefers because they can no longer see you on the map, which is the number 1 thing I love about this helicopter. And in addition to all of that, the Akula has something about it that will never allow you to get above 2 stars. You can go around doing whatever, but you will never go over 2 stars, which can be really useful in certain situations. But anyways, guys, that is going to about wrap it up for today's video. This has been my top 5 vehicles in GTA 5 Online. I hope you all went on to enjoy this one. It has been your boy Malvo, and until the next one, I'm signing out.